What up, guys? All right, finally we're back. Okay, so I just stumbled across this new AI software. It's called OpenCase AI, and it's supposed to be like a legal assistant. It's supposed to be a little bit better than ChatGPT. Um, I use ChatGPT a lot for my legal documents when I'm filing lawsuits. Like this thing has changed the game for me. Before, the best I could do was like a small claims case. And now with the advent of AI, like I could file a limited civil lawsuit, an unlimited civil lawsuit, something that and I could pretty much do anything an attorney can do, except like I don't still don't have the knowledge. But as far as filing paperwork and everything, I can do all that. And then like I'm learning as I'm going. I'm learning as what a cross complaint is, demur, confer, all this terminology that's new to me, and that's been thanks to AI, ChatGPT. It's changed the game for me. Now I'm working on a crazy one. It's going to be a federal suit. I'll leave it at that. Don't want to get into too much details about that one, but it is related to an old injury that happened to me while I was working for the Forest Service. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, so check this out. We're here. We're live. Let me check something. Make sure it's recording. Okay. Cool. 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 It's working. All right. So I stumbled across OpenCase AI. OpenCase AI and OpenCase AI now ingests daily pacer dockets and filings. Okay. So So I've been getting emails from OpenCase AI too, and it says, "Welcome to OpenCase AI, the AI assistant built for legal research and drafting. OpenCase delivers citation-ready answers, summaries, and draft language you can trust in real-world practice. This is the first in a five-part series showing how to get the most out of OpenCase. Here are three ways to get started. Look up case law quickly. Search across federal and state rulings to find relevant precedent with full citations." That's interesting, but you know what? I think chat already gives that as well. It says summarize a document in seconds. Upload a contract, opinion, or filing to get a clean summary of what matters. Okay, so you can upload an agreement. You can upload a document to it, and it'll give you a nice, clean summary about it. So that way you don't have to read through all the jargon and all the fine print. Just like, hey, is this a good contract? Does anything stick out of the ordinary? Am I going to get screwed by signing this? Which most contracts are set up to benefit, the other party. But there's always ways out of it, especially with an attorney, or if you use ChatGPT or some kind of AI software, and it points you in the right direction of what you can do to get yourself out of a contract. So draft motions and memos generate a comprehensive first draft of any document in less than a minute. Generate a comprehensive first draft of any document in less than a minute. That's pretty cool. So then they could like draft a document for you. Like if you say, hey, can you write me a complaint on pleading paper, because a lot of these courts, like a lot of times there's not a formal document set up for like a complaint. Um, there's like requests, but then like to give your side and what you're suing for, they use pleading paper. So see right here, they're giving you like everything you're gonna put into the pleading paper. You're pretty much just gonna copy and paste it, and then it also gives you like, hey, we can computer's low on battery. We can um, oh, there's references and everything, so you can like, I don't think you would put that in the pleading paper, but either way, it's pretty neat. Um, let's see, let's go back here. Okay, so we already looked at that one. Let's look at this one. Then they sent me another one. It says, "Welcome to part two of our five-part OpenCase series, each one showing how layers are using OpenCase in real workflows. OpenCase helps you write sharper arguments, tighten up drafts, and flag risky language. In this email, you'll see how OpenCase can analyze any contract, brief, or agreement and call out what needs attention. Spot risky clauses." I'm going to stop there for a minute. So ever since I put my email address into OpenCase AI, now they're giving me little small tutorials, which is pretty neat. I like that. Chat doesn't do that, and OpenCase has been. So this is the second one I received in about a week and a half, which I appreciate that because it gives me a little bit of a better like understanding of how to navigate through their software and what I could do, all that good stuff. Spot risky clauses and ambiguous language. Upload a contract, motion, or agreement and instantly surface language that is vague, inconsistent, or high risk. Okay. It says strengthen arguments with citations. Paste in a paragraph from a brief and get back supporting case law to reinforce your points. Okay. Refine sections for clarity. Drop in a clause or provisions to rewrite case. Open case makes the language tighter and easier to understand. Cool. Okay. Then it says open. Try open case now. Well, I already have it over here. So I think I put something like really just simple. So I think I had typed in, I am in need of a step-by-step instructions on how to request to e-file. This is the most recent response that I received from ChatGPT. Could you walk me through it? Got it from the Eastern District of California. A pro se party self-representative must get the judge's approval before being allowed to e-file. What you'll need to do is file a motion for permission to use electronic filing, sometimes called motion for leave to electronically file documents. Here's what you'll need to prepare blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's actually a response from ChatGPT that I got, and all I did was kind of copied and pasted ChatGPT's response. And because what I need is I'm filing into a federal courthouse, into a federal court, um, and they don't just allow anybody to e-file. I want to minimize me having to leave my house as much as possible or having to go to the courthouse. I would way much rather just like e-file everything like I do for state cases. With federal, they don't operate that way. You have to drop it off in paper unless you're an attorney. If you're a pro se litigant like me, then you have to drop it off manually or mail it in or drop it off in person. Um, but you have to request like a hearing, a motion for a hearing for a judge to allow you to e-file. Once I get to e-file, yeah, because this injury, it's probably gonna be like a long case, and there's probably a lot of paperwork that I'm gonna have to file. So I would way much rather be able to e-file everything. So that's why I'm gonna go through with it, and I'm gonna request that a judge allow me to e-file, and if I get it, then I'll be able to go from there. Anyways, this is OpenCase AI's response. It says step-by-step instructions requesting permission to e-file as a pro se litigant in the Eastern District of California. Understand the requirement. Pro se litigants, those representing themselves in Eastern District Court of California, must obtain the assigned judge's permission before using the court's electronic filing CM/ECF system. Until permission is granted, all filings must be submitted in paper form .cae.uscourts.gov. Draft your motion for permission to use electronic filings. Prepare a document titled blah blah blah. So, and then it gives me references. Representing yourself, pro se litigant, local rules. So what happens if we click on that? Let's go here. Okay. Person appearing pro se. Pro se means you're representing yourself. I sometimes I hear the terminology improper, and then I hear pro se, which I think they're interchangeable. May not utilize. So any person appearing pro se may not utilize electronic filing except with the permission of the assigned judge. Pro se litigants, whether or not their litigation is assigned as a pro se case, shall file and serve paper documents as required by applicable rules of civil or criminal procedure or the local rules of the district. That's what I want to get around. I don't want to have to drop these papers off manually every time I go into the courthouse or every time I want to file something into my case. I'd rather just be able to e-file these. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see. So a comparison between OpenAI and ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT, I am using OpenCase AI to help me with this case. In what ways do you differ and what could it offer that you can't? Okay, so OpenCase AI and I overlap in some ways, but we're built for different strengths. Here's the breakdown: core purpose and specialization. OpenCase AI is designed specifically for legal case management, organizing case details, deadlines, evidence, and filing in one place. It's essential as a specialized workspace for your case. So OpenAI could be like a workspace, like almost like where you have a dashboard and you can share things with other people and keep things nice and organized. Me, ChatGPT is a general purpose AI that can help you draft legal documents, explain legal concepts, create strategies, and prepare arguments. But I do not have a built-in case management dashboard. Okay, data storage and case organization. OpenCase AI can store all of your case files, notes, and deadlines in a centralized location, often tied to specific matters. It can keep a timeline of events and let you quickly find any uploaded document. Cool. Me, I don't persistently store your legal files in a searchable database. Once our chat ends, I don't keep ongoing case specific storage. You need to re upload or paste content for me to work with again. Okay, well, the thing is that that's not entirely true because ChatGPT remembers certain things that I have like put into it, like weeks back. It still remembers like a case as long as like I'm on the same like in the same workspace, I guess, or in this little I don't even know what you call these threads, I guess, or prompts. But it does remember certain things. But I guess where this differs is it can store all of your case files. Where ChatGPT, I had to scroll up to find those case files. So I'm excited to see how OpenCase AI actually organizes these. And I'm thinking maybe here, question history account. I don't know. I don't see it. Shares. Maybe I could share with somebody. Public, private. Okay. Yeah, but I wonder how it would store it. Where would I find everything? Is there like a little file section? Question history. Account. Let me see. Oh, maybe I have to upgrade the plan. I'm not sure, but anyways, we'll leave it alone for now. Okay. Legal workflow tools. OpenCase AI may have built in templates, forms, and jurisdiction specific checklists for legal filings, plus automated reminders for court dates or deadlines. That's cool, but it's probably going to be in the upgraded plan. I don't think it's going to be in the free one. Me, I can create or rewrite templates for you, explain how to fill out forms, and walk you through legal steps. But I can't automatically track your court calendar or push notifications. Yeah, that's going to be pretty big. So that's like if you're like a paralegal or if you're actually an attorney or you work with a group of, if you work at a firm, this might benefit, those kinds of people. I don't know how it would benefit me as of right now. Maybe not. Maybe in the future it could. Evidence and document linking. OpenCase AI might allow you to link evidence directly to claims, witnesses, or motions inside its platform. Me, I can help you draft how to present evidence and even summarize large documents, but I can't link them in a persistent internal system. Okay. Research and strategy. Me, I can deep dive into legal reasoning, drafting strong legal arguments, adapt tone for filings, and provide you with examples of case law or precedent within the limits of my knowledge or via web search. OpenCase AI might not give you the same conversational, iter- iter- iterative brainstorming experience, but could integrate with legal databases and store the research for quick retrieval. That's big. So what it's saying is that like chat can only pull things that are from like within the limits of its knowledge or the web, but there's like databases like in college we use specific databases. EBSCOhost in college where like a lot of the information came from like actual studies and research from colleges and professors and universities or professors in universities that actually put like these studies together and they came out with like a whole report on it which was like more specific than the general information we'll find out there on the internet. So I'm assuming that there's legal databases as well. On the internet that we don't have access to, that you have to be probably an attorney or you probably have to have an account like maybe Justia. But Justia law, I think that's more like I think that's available to most people, but I'm sure there's other databases that aren't available without an account or without being an attorney. And to me that sounds like OpenCase AI can actually pull from those databases and give you that relevant information. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just, I don't know. I'm coming into this blind as well, with a fresh mind, but I thought I'd make this video and bring some awareness to this OpenCase AI software. In short, use OpenCase AI for organization, central file storage, and tracking your cases step by step. Use me for deep drafting help, legal strategy, brainstorming, and turning your ideas into polished filings or letters. I like that. Okay, so I might be using both. We'll see what the future holds, but as of right now, this is OpenCase AI. It's a new software. I'm still, I'm gonna have to play with it. It's gonna be a while before I get familiar with it, as I I tend to delve into a lot of different things, topics, and I'm always, putting my nose in where it don't belong, and you know, we'll see. I'll give you guys an update, but OpenCase AI, you guys should check it out if you guys haven't. If you guys never heard of it, if you guys are like me and you guys are tired of these corporations getting over on us left and right, um, this is another tool you can use.